We're talking about Pedro Neto, so let's get into it. He's passed his medical. Thank you. Stop the injury proneness. He's come to Cobham and he's not been injured. Beautiful. Understand, Pedro Neto has just passed his medical in London as new Chelsea player. Contract to be signed this evening, valid until June 2030, plus option for another season. Neto will be at Stamford Bridge to be presented to the supporters. Mwah! Beautiful news. Beautiful news. And the signing of Neto even feels more beautiful when you read this, what was reported by Ben Jacobs. Chelsea beat Spurs to Neto's signature after latter made a cash/player offer. Also understand Manchester City made a late approach. Now, if you were following the Neto saga, we know that Spurs were close to getting him. They were chasing him and whatnot. So that's another player that picked Chelsea over Spurs. You know, remember Willian? And City went in for him. So you got to think. Clearly, Pep Guardiola ain't that worried about his injuries. Yeah? Pedro Neto to the bridge. Listen, he's going to be at the bridge. Chelsea Football Club are the entertainers of the Premier League. Whether that's in football matches, transfer windows, stories, whether good, whether bad, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe the shit. You never know when it comes down to Chelsea. Being a Chelsea fan, you are never, ever bored. There's always something. Yeah? And if you do not support Chelsea, I swear life must be boring. Really intrigued. But today I've got some good news and some bad news. I'll let you lot decide how bad it is. I'll get into it. But first, we're going to start off with the bad news. And here it goes. Reece James really might be cooked. His hamstrings really might be cooked. The brother just had surgery. Why has he still got cheese string hamstrings? Listen, jokes aside, let me get my real thoughts out there. Yeah? To me, if the reports are true and it's not deep, why are we reporting on it? We're not going to need Reece James at the start of the season anyways. So why are we reporting on it? From now till then, he should recover and come back. So why are we reporting on it? It shouldn't need to be reported. We shouldn't leak this information because it's going to cause a meltdown. Now, the other side of me is like, I've been here before. I've been here before when Chelsea have said Reece James or a player's got an injury. It's not that deep. They'll be back, so forth. And they're out for majority of the season. Now, for me, Reece, this was a big season for you in my mind. A lot of the players, every single player, to be honest, nearly every single player is a big season for you in my mind. Listen, Reece, if he continues to get these injuries, we're going to have to start having conversations about accepting bids. I'm sorry, I know he's the captain. I know he's come from Cobham. But we are not a hospital institution. Reece really might be cooked. He really might not ever overcome his injury crisis of the hamstrings. And it's absolutely crazy. And I hate that feeling. But thank God we got Malo Gusto. Thank goodness we got Malo Gusto. Yeah? Oh, Malo Gusto. But yeah, people, Reece James might be cooked. Let me know, man. Would you accept a bid of 65 to, let's say, 100 million, whatnot, if Real Madrid came in right now for Reece James? Let me know. Next piece of news that dropped today is Telegraph's exclusive. Trevor Chalobah has been barred from using the first team facilities at Cobham. Lukaku's getting the same treatment. It's the same treatment we were going to be giving Gallagher and whatnot. But he's not the only one. The next player, Armando Broja, he's the same one. He's getting treated like this. And some people are saying, do you know what, it's not fair. And I understand it's not fair, but sometimes life ain't fair. Sometimes, people, life ain't fair. Yeah, this is football. We are doing this not only to show the market that these players are up for sale, it's also to let them know, listen, you're not a part of the plan no more. We've done this under Roman. We've done this many times. Do I agree it's the best way to go about it? No. I also think about the board have done this to themselves by spending on players that we really don't want, so the squad gets bloated and whatnot. Like, is Chalobah worse than Badiashile? Is Chalobah worse than Disasi? Is Chalobah worse than the current form of Wesley Fofana? Is Chalobah worse than Levi Colwill? Chalobah could arguably be our number one centre-back right now at the club. This is what it's a bit crazy. Now, Armando Broja, that's a bit more understandable. That guy's cooked. He's another man that injuries have cooked him. But again, people, Chelsea fans, non-Chelsea fans, let me know in the comments what your thoughts is about how Chelsea are treating these players. And now into some more positive news. Listen, Enzo Maresca admitted Ben Chilwell does not fit his profile of fullback. Finally, let's just get it out there. We've all known he's only had, about 45 minutes in that whole preseason. He's not seen a lick of football under Enzo Maresca, and I'm happy. Ben Chilwell's another player who he's cooked. He's cooked, people. Yeah, I know there's going to be fans, Chelsea fans, that still back him. Oh yeah, Champions League run. He was brilliant. Listen, if you want to talk about Champions League run, let's bring back Havertz. He scored the winning goal. Yeah, let's be real now. Yeah, let's be real. Ben Chilwell is cooked. He is cooked. I can only pray that Man United come in for him. A 40 million bid, 50 million bid, bun it. Let's get rid of Chilwell. Listen, Chilwell, like I've said before, you've done what you've done for the club. Thank you for your services, but your services are no longer required. Out, boy. Now, the next piece of news, and I don't know if this means anything to anybody, but I might as well report on it. Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart are said to be working 16-hour days on outgoings. They better be working 23. No sleep. We need to get rid of so many players. Stop sleeping on the job. That's too much sleep. That's too much sleep. And stay awake for the extra whatever to go get me Osimhen. But wait, talking about Osimhen, this is next. Napoli director Manor confirms Victor Osimhen has asked to leave the club. He wants to go. The situation is clear. There were already chances for his exit last summer. Victor wants to leave. We will see in the next 20 days. We will see. We will be there. We will be there. But we might not be the only club that might be there, people. Oh my God, PSG are following Osimhen still, and Arsenal could come in. I had a feeling this could happen. With Eddie and Nketiah getting sold and whatnot, Arsenal might have money to do something. We can't sit there and allow that to happen. I'm sorry. We cannot sit there and watch Arsenal, fine, PSG come through, they got the big bucks and whatnot. But we cannot, I refuse to sit there and watch them go and get me Victor Osimhen. At the start of this window, before the window even opened, I said we need one of the two Victors. Either Victor Gyökeres or Victor Osimhen. We're not going to get Gyökeres because he's a £100 million player. Let's go and get Victor Osimhen. It kills two birds with one stone. Send Lukaku the other way. We are all happy. Yeah? Don't let Arsenal do this, please, Chelsea Football Club. Please. Now, if we do bring another attacker, hopefully Osimhen, this is what's going on. And I can't believe it. Samu Omorodion might head out on loan. I cannot believe this. So, being reported by Matt Law, Mark Guehi and Samuel Omorodion will head out on loan this season, depending on whether or not Chelsea land Osimhen or another front man. So my opinion is Mark Guehi is probably going to go on loan. Regardless if we bring in Osimhen or another player. I do like the player, but it looks like his time, he's not going to get enough game time, so he's going to be gone. Samuel Omorodion, again, apparently West Ham are in talks of taking him on loan. Crazy piece of business from Chelsea. We spent 35 million on him, and he's going straight out on loan. What's your thoughts, people? Give me your thoughts. I think it's a bit crazy, but we ain't got space. Jackson's clearly might not actually be a left winger. We don't know. We bought Pedro Neto. We don't know. But guess what?